everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maud Toussaint Como. This is the channel where we talk about fragrances and arts. Today I want to talk about a fragrance house that's actually a subscription house in SCENTBIRD, and they put out this set of fragrances and that confessions of a rebel. And those fragrances are quite interesting because they claim to be the first set of fragrance that's really gender inclusive, that's really gender fluid, that both men and women agree on those fragrances. So needless to say, that was something quite exciting for me to sort of understand. So it turns out they're actually driven by data. So they claim that these fragrances are the result of collaboration with more than 250,000 people. So as a subscription company, they have all this data on people by gender, and they're able to, so they did surveys and interviews of people, and also looking at data on the rating for different fragrances by both men and women, and they come up with their analysis that show what type of ingredients are liked by both men and women. So putting all this information together, so they have this 2017 release, Confession of a Rebel, and they have those very interesting suggestive name. So the first one is Love High. And in thinking about Confession of a Rebel, first you might think, oh, this, you're really looking for very heavy scented fragrances that are just totally out of the box thinking. But as it turns out, because there is a meeting of the mind of both gender, I have to say off the bat that none of those fragrances are actually rebellious in the sense of being just totally different fragrances. They are all quite pleasant and easy to wear fragrances, and I have to agree that I find that most of the ones I have here, I wouldn't mind a man wearing them, and I certainly have been enjoying wearing them. So this first one, Love High, is actually a fruity floral fragrance. So it's a nice fresh fragrance really for like a summer vacation, like a body spray. So it has peach nectar and orange flower and jasmine. So I actually purchased this one because I love peach. Peach note is supposed to be something very seductive and enticing. And I have that in one of my videos about sexy fragrances. But to be honest, this is not in your face seduction and enticing, because this is really a very skin-like body spray, summer type of fruity floral fragrance. So it began very innocent. That's what I'm wearing today. And sort of angelic-like and very fresh. And things get shaken up in the middle by an apple note that makes it somewhat a little bit sensual. And then it ends with this blonde wood that's supposed to give it a little bit more complexity. But this fragrance basically is just a fresh green apple that would be great, even better during summer, I think. But right now, because of the blonde wood, it still have some complexity. And because it's also men and women, those fragrances tend to be complex enough to even wear when it's cold on winter. So the first one, Love High. So all the other bottles are like that, but I was gifted this set. and it also have Love High in it. So let's talk about the next one, Get a Room. There you go. So that one is a gourmand fragrance. It actually opens like this. It begins with apple and mandarin, so it's also fresh, and it has quite a bit of sensuality because it has the vanilla and the praline. That's what makes it a gourmand. So the praline is very nice and very pretty, and it has a touch of spice, and so it remains very pretty. So whatever they say by Get a Room, it's a very appropriate name because it really begins very romantic and yummy. It's not in your face. You need to be somewhat close to feel this fragrance to some extent. But it has enough of a sillage, in an enclosed space. So it's definitely a nice, appropriate, romantic name for it. Get a Room, a nice, beautiful fragrance. It's not meant to be powerful or strong. Clearly, as I mentioned, because it's taking this approach where it appeals to both men and women. And I totally would agree. I see it more feminine, to be honest. But it does change a little bit with the spice and becomes a little bit more complex. So it's cool for both men and women. So that's Get a Room. The third one is Almost Single. Almost Single. Again, it opens like this. And so Almost Single is of spicy oriental type with cardamom and black pepper, and then it has rosemary and violet leaf, followed by balsam and sandalwood. So I find the balsam and sandalwood make it a very nice Christmassy fragrance, so it's definitely appropriate for the season. It's perfect now. And this is the one that comes the closest to me to being 100% appealing to both male and female. Last but not least, it's About Last Night. This fragrance, About Last Night, begins pretty innocent and bold at the same time. And so it has bergamot and pink pepper and red grapefruit. So it begins really fresh. And it also has the Haitian vetiver that has been sustainably harvested. So I'm pretty happy and grateful about that. So the company is also about economic empowerment. So I was highly appreciative that they use the Haitian vetiver in this fragrance. So Haitian vetiver always lend a fragrance something really warm and sophisticated, which totally makes it appropriate. I've mentioned that before, for both male and female. So because of the citrus, this fragrance is a little bit very sporty and adventurous, and a little bit dirty also because it's a little bit powdery. And so it definitely lends itself to both feminine and masculine, I would say. And the whole vibe of the fragrance is pretty intoxicating and addictive. So definitely reminds me of my favorite of all-time 80s movies by the same name, About Last Night. And, the very fun opening.
I couldn't help noticing you and noticing you noticing me.
Very simple fragrance, in fact, actually. But at the same time, it's not silly. So it totally, to me, fit that movie and my favorite line in that movie.
Damn, I may be easy, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah, so I guess by rebel, what they really mean is the fact that they are coming with something that is truly gender inclusive, really crosses the boundary of gender, of male and female. And so they find that to be a rebellious approach and not fitting into any mold and boundaries of gender. And at the end of the day, they are just fragrances that we all agree 250,000 people and data points have sort of shown that these are fragrances that gender inclusive fragrances. So that's all I have for you today. And I have one of my favorite artists is unknown, but it is one of my most mysterious and modern artwork. It went very well with the simplicity of the packaging and the modern presentation and fun presentation of these fragrances. So that's Confession of a Rebel. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And I am planning on some fun celebration in one of my next video, and I will make a special announcement about my channel. So until next time, bye.